All right, welcome to The Explainer. Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever stared at a massive, tangled string of numbers, brackets, and math symbols and just felt your heart rate instantly spike? Yeah, you are absolutely not alone. But today, we're going to completely flip that script. We're going to take that math anxiety and turn it into total mathematical empowerment. And how exactly are we going to do that? By using one single universal blueprint. We're going to systematically break down what looks like pure chaos into entirely predictable, super manageable steps. Okay, let's dive right into this.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, the universal math blueprint. Then, level 1, whole numbers. Level 2, fraction fundamentals. Level 3, decimal dilemmas. Next up is the boss fight, complex expressions. And finally, time to test your skills. Let's jump in.
Starting with Section 1, the universal math blueprint. Now, before we tackle literally any math problem, we need our master key. This is the absolute golden rule of mathematics. You might know it as BODMAS, or maybe you grew up calling it PEMDAS. Basically, this is the strict order of operations. Whenever you see a totally chaotic equation, this is your foolproof blueprint for dismantling it systematically. So first, you attack the brackets, or parentheses. Second, you deal with orders, meaning your exponents or powers. Third, you execute division and multiplication. And hey, quick but critical tip here, you always evaluate these from left to right. Finally, you handle addition and subtraction, and again, strictly from left to right. Listen, if you just stick to this blueprint, you literally cannot fail.
All right, moving on to level 1, whole numbers. So, knowing the blueprint is one thing, right? But now it's time to actually use it. Welcome to level 1. This is where we practice our new tool on the basic grunts of the math world, whole numbers with combined operations. Just look at this raw problem straight from our source worksheet. 48 divided by, open bracket, 3 plus 5, close bracket, times 2 cubed minus 14 plus 6. I mean, without our blueprint, this looks completely chaotic. Do add first, do divide first. It's a total mess. But let's apply our BODMAS rule and watch the chaos just kind of disappear. Okay, let's walk through this methodical, step-by-step breakdown. Step 1, brackets. We see 3 plus 5 inside the parentheses, right? So that becomes 8. Step 2, orders. We've got 2 cubed, which is 2 times 2 times 2, giving us 8. See? Now our equation is already so much simpler. It's just 48 divided by 8 times 8 minus 14 plus 6. Step 3, division and multiplication. Now remember that golden rule? Left to right. So first, 48 divided by 8 is 6. Then, 6 times 8 gets us right back to 48. Finally, step 4, addition and subtraction. Again, left to right. 48 minus 14 is 34. And 34 plus 6 brings us right to our finish line.
And there it is, 40. We took a terrifying string of numbers and turned it into a neat, solvable path. Level 1 is officially cleared. Great job. Now for Level 2, fraction fundamentals.
Well, we definitely can't rest on our laurels just yet. We're scaling up the difficulty by throwing fractions into the mix. So to survive this level, we're going to need a few specific sub-skills in our inventory. Let's outfit you with the core rules needed for fraction arithmetic. First and foremost, if you ever see a mixed number, immediately convert it to an improper fraction. Seriously, that is always step 1. Next, when you need to add or subtract, you absolutely must find a lowest common denominator, or LCD. Now, multiplication is actually way easier. No common denominator needed at all. You just cross-cancel any common factors and multiply straight across. And for division, well, division actually has a pretty cool magic trick up its sleeve. Let me show you that magic trick in action. It's called the keep, change, flip, or KCF rule. When you have to divide fractions, you actually don't divide at all. Nope. You keep the first fraction exactly as it is, you change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and you flip the second fraction upside down into its reciprocal. Just like that, scary fraction division instantly transforms into really simple multiplication. It's a real game changer. All right, you've got your gear. So here is your level 2 challenge from the worksheet. 2 1/3 plus 1 1/2 times 4/5 minus 1 1/6. Oh boy. We've got a combination of mixed fractions and multiple operational signs going on here. Addition, multiplication, subtraction. Where in the world do we even begin? Well, with a blueprint, of course. Let's execute our structured dismantling of this equation. Step 1, convert those mixed numbers over to improper fractions. 2 1/3 becomes 7/3. 1 1/2 becomes 3/2. 1 1/6 becomes 7/6. All right, step 2, look at our BODMAS blueprint. multiplication definitely comes before addition and subtraction. So we multiply 3/2 by 4/5. By cross-canceling, that neatly simplifies down to 6/5. Moving to step 3. Now we just have addition and subtraction left. 7/3 plus 6/5 minus 7/6. We need our lowest common denominator, which in this case is 30. When we rewrite and combine the numerators, we get 70 plus 36 minus 35, all over 30. And that leaves us with 71 over 30. Step 4, convert that improper fraction right back to a mixed number, which gives us our final answer, 2 and 11/30. You successfully navigated mixed fractions and the order of operations all in one go. Level 2 is cleared. Up next, Level 3, Decimal Dilemmas. Okay, let's keep this momentum going. It's time for Level 3, where we encounter the highly specific challenges of grouped decimal arithmetic. Now, decimals can look super messy, but remember, the blueprint literally never changes. Here's the decimal problem straight from our source. Open bracket, 18.4 minus 4.2 times 1.5, close bracket, divided by 0.04 plus 3.25. Wow, just look at all those decimals. It feels pretty overwhelming at first glance. But what does BODMAS tell us? It tells us to put on our blinders and focus only on the brackets first. So let's just look inside those parentheses. We've got subtraction and multiplication. Following the rules, we multiply first. 4.2 times 1.5 is 6.3. Then we subtract. 18.4 minus 6.3 leaves us with exactly 12.1. Boom, the brackets are fully cleared. Now for step 3, we have 12.1 divided by 0.04. Now here's a great tip from the worksheet. Just ensure proper decimal movement. We just move the decimal 2 places to the right for both numbers, so it really just becomes 1210 divided by 4, which equals 302.5. Finally, step 4, we add our last piece, 302.5 plus 3.25, resulting in a beautiful, clean victory of 305.75. The absolute chaos of level 3 collapsed into a perfectly tidy decimal, all because we trusted the system.
All right, here we go. Boss fight, complex expressions.
Okay, I need you to take a deep breath. You've mastered whole numbers, you conquered fractions, and you completely destroyed decimals. Now it is time for the ultimate challenge, the boss fight. We're going up against the highly intimidating, multi-layered complex fraction. Just look at this absolute monster of an equation on the screen. It's a fraction, but the numerator has fractions being subtracted, and the denominator has fractions being added. I mean, at first glance, this is terrifying, right? This is exactly the kind of equation that makes people just want to give up on math entirely. But you are not going to give up, because you have a secret strategy. Here is the secret to defeating this boss. Divide and conquer. It's really that simple. Treat that main, bold fraction bar right in the middle as just a regular old division symbol. This allows you to split the monster into 2 smaller, highly manageable problems. We're going to evaluate the entire top numerator completely independently. Then we'll evaluate the entire bottom denominator independently. And finally, we just divide the 2.
Let's actually execute this strategy. Step 1, the numerator. 3 1/8 minus 1 3/4. We convert them to improper fractions, find a common denominator of 8, and subtract. 25/8 minus 14/8 gives us 11/8. And just like that, the top half of the boss is defeated. Step 2, the denominator. 2 1/3 plus 1 1/6. Convert to improper, find the common denominator of 6, and add. 14/6 plus 7/6 is 21/6, which perfectly simplifies down to 7/2. The bottom half is defeated. Now, step 3. We have 11/8 over 7/2. Do you remember our keep, change, flip rule? Yep. We keep 11/8, change to multiply, and flip to 2/7. Multiply straight across. And boom, 11/28. You just took down the boss fight. You used your knowledge of improper fractions, common denominators, and that awesome KCF rule to absolutely dismantle a complex, multi-layer fractional expression. Now that is mathematical empowerment right there. Wrapping up with Section 6, time to test your skills. We have covered a ton of ground today, and you've seen firsthand how a strict set of rules can make pretty much any problem solvable. But look, watching me play the game is only half the battle. Now it is time for you to take the controller. I want to leave you with this provocative and frankly pretty intimidating practice question pulled straight from the end of the worksheet. 100 minus, open square bracket, 4 times, open parenthesis, 2.5 plus 3.5, close parenthesis, squared, divided by 3, close square bracket. It's got decimals, powers, multiple brackets. I mean, it literally has the whole shebang. But you've got the BODMAS blueprint. Can you systematically break this down and prove that the answer is 52?
I highly encourage you to grab a piece of paper right now and just try it out. Trust the blueprint. Honestly, it makes you wonder, if an unbreakable set of rules can tame the wildest math equations, what other chaotic parts of our world could be solved if we just had the right blueprint? Keep practicing, and thanks for joining me on The Explainer.